Hey guys, back with another video. Today we're delving back into NFTs and my strategies, some NFTs that I'm buying, in preparation for the next NFT bull market. So let's get into it. Now, first I want to preface this conversation with, with how Bitcoin was in its early days, because I think this could be a similar opportunity to buying Bitcoin in its first bear market, as this is really NFT's first bear market. It's been extremely painful, a lot of, very low volume compared to the highs. Even the blue chip projects, quote unquote blue chip projects, are down massively from their highs. Let alone the non-blue chip projects, which, of course, many of them are completely dead or, down, well over 90%. So, but Bitcoin, if we compare it to Bitcoin in its early days, it fell 94% in its first bear market. It fell from $30, unbelievable that was the peak of its first bull market, was $30, down to $2 at the bottom of its bear market. So I think that if we think about this and then we compare it to NFTs are down massively. Obviously, it's somewhat more complicated because there's so many NFT projects. Obviously, they have a different utility, a different use case than Bitcoin. They have, multitudes of different use cases and utilities potentially. And it's definitely not as simple as just Bitcoin. But I think it's similar in that this is its first bear market. And we're down, I'm sure volume's down well over 90% from its peaks. And I just want to talk about some of my strategies preparing for a potential bull market. So, really, the foundation of my strategies is really just focusing on things, on only so many things. You can only focus on so many things. So I'm focused mainly on Solana NFTs, largely because I think Solana has the best user experience for NFTs. It's, it's not a layer 2, so it's not as complicated as using Polygon. Like, it's kind of confusing. If you're buying a Polygon NFT, are you buying an Ethereum NFT or are you buying a Polygon NFT? My understanding is that I've never bought a Polygon NFT, but that Polygon is actually its own chain at the moment. It's not really a layer 2, but they plan on turning it into a layer 2 later. I'm not an expert on Polygon, but I just think it's more complicated. Okay, I'm using a layer 2, but is this Ethereum NFT or a Polygon NFT? I think it's more simple to use Solana. I used it throughout the bull market and I've been using it for NFTs. I just think it's a great user experience for NFTs. You can stake easily, you can do different things with the NFT, send it around very seamlessly, quickly, easily, without, having high gas fees. So I love that about Solana, and that's one of the reasons why I'm focusing on it. So with Solana, really the major strategy that I use is focusing on really narratives that I think have low risk of going to zero and relatively high risk of, multiplying your money. And the major narrative in this regard for me is OG NFTs that were some of the earliest mints, especially ones that have really low floor prices. So the major ones in this regard are Solarians and Creatures for me, as well as Fract. But I consider Fract slightly different. But really, the first actual mints on Solana were Creatures. And then soon after them, I believe, was Solarians. Now, these two projects both have, Creatures has a floor price of 2.3 Solana, which is insane. When you think about that, this is literally the first mint on Solana. So I definitely have a bag of Creatures, and Solarians right now, I believe, is sitting at a 2.7 floor Solana. Now they claim that they're the first on-chain generative. I think that's it. I think that's the major thing that they claim, is that they're the first on-chain generative NFT. Unlike Creatures, I guess they're saying that it's not generative. But either way, these are the first two mints on Solana, and they're sitting below a floor price of 3. I just think the risk to reward is massive on these. I think I have around 10 of each almost. I think I have a little more Solarians, but I definitely have a nice bag of these because it's just so low risk. Now, I also said that I only have 2 Fract. I wish I had more. I might buy more, but these are the first, I forget what the term is, but basically, they're just art. They're just, it's not a PFP project. So, and they are definitely an OG project, and they also are builders in the space, unlike the first two, who haven't really built much. But Fract has built, I believe, an NFT lending platform, which does get used, and I haven't used it, but they're just OGs in the space, a very competent team, a historical NFT project, and their floor, I believe, right now is around 9. So again, very low risk. You're not risking a lot of money by buying a Fract. So these are really some of the foundations of my portfolio for NFTs. Now, I also have Famous Fox Federation, which I've been holding for a long time. They again are I would say OGs in the space, but not as early as the first 3 projects. But they are serious builders, and they're very consistent with their building and just adding on to their brand and to the Solana ecosystem. Different, they offer different utilities, such as their NFT token marketplace, as well as other things. I actually haven't used their website in a while. I just know that these guys are just constantly building, and they're always in the top 10 for, highest volume in Solana projects. So I really can't see them going away. They've really built a brand, and that's why I have one transdimensional and one regular FFF. They're pretty expensive, so or else I would probably own more, but I actually sold one of them recently because I just wanted more Solana in case Solana goes crazy, which I think it will. So those are some of the foundations. Now, more recently, some of the moves I've been making is, I had my first huge W in a while, which was I bought around 26 or 27 Brawlhallas right after they minted, probably around an average between 0.5 and 0.6 Solana. I bought 27 of them, so I've already sold more than half of them. I have around 10 left. So I'm not buying them now because I already have 10. But Brawlhalla is definitely innovating in the space. You can change your NFT's name, which is really cool. You're actually changing its on-chain metadata. I don't know if it's on-chain data, but you're changing its metadata. And they're doing all sorts of other things like clans, which is also going to be in the metadata. And I like that their strategy is really built around social media engagement, which obviously is free marketing. If you're the people in the community are, promoting your NFT, largely because of they're being incentivized by the project. That's free marketing for the project. Maybe not necessarily free, depending on how they're incentivizing it, but it's cheap marketing at the very least. So I think that's a really good strategy. I could see these going higher, but they obviously, like I said, they're at 3 Sol floor price. I paid like 0.5, 0.6 for them, so I'm not buying them. They've already had a huge run, but they could keep going higher because really they're the only new project that I see that has, really added to the space, building and, innovating, creating something new that I hadn't seen before. So bullish on them. Also, I just bought a couple of Kets for the first time. I know that they're going through, it sounds like they're going through a kind of a takeover, and they just have a really strong community. They have just diehard fans. I personally love the art. It might be my favorite art of any of the, quote unquote blue chip projects. I think it's probably my favorite art. And I love cats. There's a lot of cat lovers out there. They have a good holder percentage, like 50% of the supply is unique holders. So I have 2 cats, looking to buy 3. I always like to have at least 3 of an NFT project that I'm bullish on. They actually had a huge run today. Fortunately, I'd already bought 1 before the run, but they're up like 50% just today in their floor price. So another one I'm looking to buy, but I haven't bought yet, and I'm not certain I'll buy is, what's it called? Stoned Ape Crew. They're another pretty OG project. They're probably have the highest floor price of any 420 or marijuana themed project. Again, they have a really strong community. Their holder base is insane. It's almost 1-to-1 for both of their collections. Like both their collections, you know, Stoned Apes and the Nuked Apes are 4,200, I believe. And they both have over, like right around 4,000 holders. So I don't know how that's possible. I don't really believe it, but if that's true, that's pretty insane. And makes me kind of bullish if they can maintain the community and start coming out with announcements, which I believe they're doing. Like I think they're updating the roadmap. I haven't looked super deep into them, but I definitely am looking to buy into that project. If only just the Nuked Apes, because I don't really want to spend 16 Sol on one NFT that I don't have super high conviction in. So that's it with that. Now that's the majority of what I wanted to say for Solana NFTs, but I also want to quickly go over Ordinals. If you're still here 11 minutes into the video, I do have some Ordinals, mainly Bitcoin frogs. I do think that they're kind of the, you know, the OGs in the Bitcoin Ordinal space. The first real 10,000, you know, the first original 10,000 PFP project on Bitcoin Ordinals. So bullish on Bitcoin frogs. They had a free mint. The team is solid. Very much a Bitcoin frogs bull. I also have the apes by Bored Ape Yacht Club members. I have 3 of those. They were just so cheap. They've about doubled since I've gotten them, but I'm still not looking to sell them yet. I still think that they're pretty cheap relative to you know, their first inscriptions, and also, you know, other projects like, for example, the Bitcoin punks, the punks on Bitcoin. I only have 1 of them. Would like to have 2 or 3, but they're not original and they're already pretty high in floor price, so don't love that. But they have really good holders compared to Bitcoin frogs. They have much better holders. They have way more holders. So and they have earlier inscriptions. So I think they're all sub 100,000 inscriptions, which is one of the major reasons I'm bullish on them. And really, I think that's it for this video. So hopefully you guys got something out of that. Really, I guess my major strategy is OGs, because especially ones that are cheap, because I think the downside is low. There's always going to be that narrative. They don't even need a team for that narrative. They just need to exist. You know, you just need to look at the data and see that they were some of the earliest NFTs, and that's it. There's no work that's needed to maintain the community or the NFT project. So I think they're very low risk and high reward if you're buying them very cheap. So that's it for the video. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.